Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motive Racing channel for some more action here tonight. We are live at Imola for the round 3 of the season here in the GT3s. I'm joined in the commentary box by a very special guest tonight, known as Unorthodox, or otherwise known as Dan Davis. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm doing good, thanks for having me, Andy. Should be an interesting night tonight, shouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some of the best GT3 drivers here on the PlayStation 4 platform, some of the creme de la creme, or otherwise known as the cream of the crop. Mr. Rogie, the first of those guys to just leave the pit lane here at the start of this session. So, for those of you who are new to Motive Racing, this is a short 10-minute practice session, just so these guys can cut their teeth in a little bit. If any of these lads out on track have failed to do their homework on the track or the cars in the lead up to this race, then now is their chance to catch up a little bit and do some last-minute copying. But we've got Mr. Rogie out on the track. We've also got Mate Garcia, Seba Stefano, and Nando in the yellow Ferrari number 50 as well. So all these guys getting their tails up to temperature. We see somebody going off for an excursion already here. It looks like that might be the Flying Dutchman there. It is indeed Ugbar. So Ugbar getting a little bit out of shape there. Yeah, just struggling to get those tyres up to temperature. We're in the evening here at Imola, and obviously with it being November, even in Italy, a nice warm country like Italy, it's still pretty cold at this time of year. So tyres will take a little while to get up to temperature, and certainly it's not going to be easy for these guys out on track tonight.
No, it won't be. I'm quite jealous of these guys because Imola is one of my favourite tracks, and I don't get to race it this season. But no, it should be interesting for them. I've raced with a couple of these guys. Some of these guys I don't know, but I'm sure the guys that I race should be up there. The likes of Fury, Emo Guy, and Ugbar. They're the ones that I tend to race with. So, and of course, DJ Phil, the legend.
DJ Phil still sat in the pit box at the moment, actually. Quite surprising. He's usually one of the first to get his teeth cut into some action. So, yeah, quite confusing. But yeah, so out of those guys, I know obviously you race with Fury and Ian in the Simplay Pro Series for the GT3s. So you know actually what these guys are like in these cars and how they perform amongst this class. What sort of performances are you expecting from these boards? Obviously over there it's default setups, whereas here it's open setup. So what are you expecting from these guys? Do you think it's going to be different?
It should be interesting to see, because obviously Fury doesn't run the Lamborghini in Simplays, he runs the GTR, and he really hypes himself up in the Lambo. So I'm intrigued to see how Fury does in the Lamborghini. Should be interesting to see. Emo Guy is always going to be up there. He's a good, consistent driver. So it should be interesting to see where he is. But yeah, it should be interesting to see what these two can do. I've been watching a few of the highlights, and Seb seems quick. Hello, Fury.
I think he's got Ian just in front of him on the track there. He's doing
Mr. Flashy, as he's called.
Yeah, just trying to wind Ian up in any way that he can. I know what's going on in that party chat already. Ian is probably sat there saying, "Come on, boys, stop flashing your lights, man."
Exactly what it is. The funny thing is that they're both teammates in Simplay as well.
Yeah, and they work together even in these cars, especially. They compare ideas. You know, obviously they're not driving in the same car, so they can't really talk. Oh, that's not actually Ian. I thought that was Ian ahead of him, but it isn't. That's a Bentley up ahead of Fury. I did think that was Ian. But it evidently isn't. So it's either Mr. Rogie, Smoky Devil, or the other Bentley, who I believe is Maze Gamer. It is Maze Gamer, but no, he's in the Merc. Sorry, I do apologise. Maze Gamer's in the Merc. Absolutely. I think we should just have a look. Let's take you a run through what the starting grid's going to be for this one. So starting on the front row, we're going to be having Boostin running up in first with Mr. Rogie alongside him. These two guys at the bottom of the championship standings, Mate Garcia and DJ Phil on the second row. Smoky Devil in that Bentley with Nando alongside him on the third row. And then we're going to... Oh, just lost my thing there. Sorry, I do apologise, guys. So obviously on the second row we had Bertie and Emo Guy. Then Fury and Rompu in 9th and 10th positions. Fury, we know he's going to be out to put in a good performance in that Lamborghini, which is his first car he started driving in the GT3s. Ugbar and Seba Stefano in 11th and 12th for BT Targa and Simrace Train, 13th and 14th positions here. Maze Gamer and Spiffmeister, new to the GT3 regular lineup for this one, to this season, lining up at the back. So a field full of drivers who I'm sure are going to be very determined to take the fight to the guys lining up at the front. Boostin and Mr. Rogi haven't really managed to show what they can do this season. Boostin actually making his first appearance this season. Let's go to Boostin. There he is. Boostin hasn't actually...
It's a little bit of a trip for there.
It is, yeah. It's quite easily done, actually. Yeah. But it's a downhill braking zone, that one. It's pretty tricky to get right. But we saw Valtteri Bottas really struggling to get to grips with it over the course of last week's Formula 1 race. But not quite as bad as George Russell's error under the safety car. But yeah, he was definitely not really getting accustomed to it as well as he probably would have liked to be. But Boostin, it's his first race in GT3s this season, so we're expecting a good performance from him. He will not be wanting to lose many more points than he's already lost so far this season. He's been our regular for the past 3 seasons actually here at Motive Racing. Raced in seasons 2, 3 and 4. So this is his 4th season out on the track. And yeah, it's good to have him back because he's been off for a little while. But currently setting the pace here in this session, we've got BT Targa at the front. He's currently got 3 tenths back to Nando in 2nd place. Keep an eye on BT Targa in the Mercedes AMG as he comes in towards the final hairpin. Let's see if he can get it right. It's like nailing it.
Just had Fury drop down to P4.
Yeah, Fury down to P4, so Bertie's put himself up into 3rd there. Good lap there from Bertie. Bertie is driving in the other Bentley, so it's Bertie, Smokey, and... Oh... Yeah, the other one. Mr. Ogie. They're the ones in the Bentley. I remember the 3 Bentleys from last week. These 3 guys kept catching me out because every time they were coming up on the screen I was thinking, who's this? Which Bentley is this? But,
they all run in the same livery as well.
I think I don't think so, but they all look pretty similar at the night time, yeah. Especially in the dark. But we've got 30 just being passed there by a Ferrari by the looks of it, so...
Fury getting out of the way there.
Yeah, that was Fury. No, it's not Fury, that's we got... I'm not sure.
It was.
Yeah, we're just going to have a look and see if we can hear G on the stream here, guys, because he is talking, so we can pick him up. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're just going to have a look and see if we can hear G on the stream. I don't think we can, G.
Should be able to hear me now. Fingers crossed.
But ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you to everybody watching us live here on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you want to get involved here on the action that you see on the track in front of you, then be sure to go to motiveracing.com and click on the sign up page. Get yourselves involved in any one of our leagues over on Project Cars 2 or Assetto Corsa Competizione. We've obviously got GTEs on Monday, Clios on Tuesdays, then we've got the GT3s and the LMP2s on Saturday night, followed by the touring cars on Sunday evening, but before that we've got the GT3s over on Assetto Corsa Competizione. All of these leagues on PlayStation 4. We're not quite yet expanding to other platforms. We're hoping to come to the PC in the new year, come 2021, so keep an eye out for that, guys. But for the time being, exclusively on the PS4. And we're currently riding with one of our new drivers here to the GT3 League here on Project Cars 2, Sim Race Train, who's been pretty vocal in the general chat section on the Discord the last few days. He's been getting excited about his forthcoming debut, and currently doing a decent job at the moment, within 2 seconds of BT Target's provisional pole time. So it's interesting to see how he gets on driving in the yellow and black number 76 Porsche. But yeah, should be fascinating to see how he gets on.
Yeah, he's definitely favoured in one of my favoured cars. I enjoy driving the Porsche, so it should be interesting to see how he runs that Porsche around Imola. Imola's quite a technical circuit, and you have to be quite brave. So,
yeah, absolutely.
That was Imo, wasn't it? That was Imo guy having a bit of a twitch.
Yeah, we saw Ian getting all sorts of out of shape there on the exit of the chicane. He's probably going to have.
It's going to be very difficult for him in that GTR because it's not the best in down way.
Oh,
there we go. He's good for a bit of drifting.
He's sideways. Oh no. Ian there getting out of shape very much indeed. Compromising Sim Race Train's run through that final hairpin. So Sim Race Train might... Oh, it's going to be close. I don't think he's going to get around to do another lap. So that's well and truly put a nail in Sim Race Train's hopes of getting higher up in this session. He's crossing over the line. Just misses out on setting another lap time. He's going to start P6 at best. BT Targa, the provisional pole sitter, and Spiffmeister both in the pits, so they're not expecting to go any quicker here at the end of this session. Nando looks like he's bailed out of that attempt as well, so the top 5 all in the pits. Sim race training's done for this session. Fury on his final run of the session. Sorry, G.
Sorry to interrupt. Didn't we say that Fury's mum would be racing this one?
We've heard a rumour that Fury would be doing the qualifying session. That Fury's mum will be taking the green flag for the start of this race. Now, whether or not that's going to be the case, we'll probably find out pretty quickly. You know, but obviously, if there are any incidents on the first lap, then we can blame not Fury for that, but his mother. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Emma pits from a. I mean, it's very possible.
Fury's granddad just saying Fury bottled it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Fury's granddad. He comes out with the best comments ever.
Well, let's see if Fury's brave enough to let her have a go in the LMP2s after.
If he's not brave enough to let her have a go in the GT3s, then he's definitely not going to allow her to have a crack at the LMP2s.
He was telling me in the practice that he wasn't too bothered about LMP2s, so maybe.
Well, if he picks up a 50-point penalty because of her, then I'm just saying he's responsible for anything that she does on the track. So
Fury's mum's just gone and put, "He won't let me."
If he picks up a race ban, then it is what it is. Anyway, so we got BT Targa taking pole position there at the start of in the practice session. But having said that, guys, obviously this is only a practice, so that is no resemblance on the grid order that we're going to have coming up in a few moments' time. We already know what the grid order is going to be, so stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment. Let's just share this quickly. Won't be a sec, guys. So stay tuned.
Fury's just saying if she's racing, I shouldn't get the penalty. Oh, that's a good idea.
We can just put in our penalties section Fury's mum rather than Fury.
No. What's it called? Fury's granddad just said.
Why not do a one-off ladies race and to let all the wives, girlfriends, and mums have a go?
That would be brilliant.
Should we do them in the Cosy Cosworths as well?
Oh god.
Must remember tonight that we have got a formation lap, so not to get too excited before the lights go out. Because last time out at Donington Park, I might have forgotten that we had a formation lap coming up, and I got a little bit excited.
The formation lap is always an interesting time.
It is. It's fascinating to see how it. How they handle it.
Yeah, well, looks like we're syncing up, so they're ready to leave the grid.
So everybody's just going to get into order based on the reverse of the championship standings coming into this one. So let's hope that everyone remembers that it is a formation that indeed we have. So to the front, boosting, lead us away. We're going to have Mr. Rogie. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, so guys, we're just going to go to a grid order. So everyone knows exactly what the state of play is going to be at the start of this race.
I'm loving the new graphics, guys. It's looking great.
Yeah, thanks.
I know somebody who's going to be messaging me on Discord after this.
Saying what?
You copied my idea.
Oh! I think I know.
The thing is, though, The thing is, it's your idea.
I never knew.
I didn't even come up with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You came up with
today.
this.
Yeah.
You came up with this and just told me about it. I didn't. That's the thing. Oh man.
Brilliant.
Oh, it looks amazing though. It looks amazing.
Looks like everyone's in
I think
order,
we dropped someone. We're currently missing.
Oh, we've got Maze.
Maze.
Hold on. Apparently his game lagged. I don't think we can do anything about that. It's happened before. If it keeps happening, I don't think we can do anything.
But anyway, it looks like everyone's managed to get themselves organised and sorted in the order they're meant to be in. Just coming up to the chicane now, and the leaders should be backing them up a little bit.
Pardon me. Absolutely, we can see Boostin just coming in towards the final chicane now. So Mr. Rogie, I'm up in second place, so we hope it's been a good start. So we can jump Boostin coming up towards turn one. It's a tricky braking section. It's very easy to actually misjudge where that braking point is, because the first corner you have a little kink just before you come into the braking zone. So it's easy to mistake your braking point and brake a little bit too early, and that can cause catastrophic incidents, as we've seen in the wet conditions in the past here at motor racing. It also can have a knock-on effect for that turns 2 and 3 as well. But Boostin coming out the last corner now. Mr. Rogie just behind him. We got Mate Garcia in third with DJ Phil, Smokey Devil and Nando behind these guys. When Boostin wants to go, we'll be green, green, green for the start of race 5, round 3 here at Imola. Boostin taking a little while about getting going here, back in the pack. It looks like we are gone. We are green, green, green here. And Boostin puts his foot to the floor. We're underway. Mr. Rogie already having to defend from Miss Mate Garcia in third. Looks like DJ Phil having a little look to the inside coming up towards turn 1. We've got Smokey Devil in the background, Nando in 6th place. And it looks like we've got side by side in the background Emo guy trying to have a look at Bertie around the outside. He looks like he's got pushed out a little bit there and he can't quite get the move done in the background. There you can see Sebastefano losing a couple of positions down to 11th place already. BT Targa has already got up into 12th. Ogbar's had a dodgy start there. Ogbar into the wall already, and he's snapped sideways. Ogbar down to the back of the pack already in this race. But Mate Garcia has got himself up ahead of Boostin, DJ Phil and Mr. Rogie. What a start from this man, Mate Garcia, as we're coming around the first left-hander, halfway round the first lap here. Boostin currently running in P2 with DJ Phil third. Looks like Mr. Rogie's dropping backwards already here. Smokey Devil Fury in 6th place. We've got Bertie. This one has looked like somebody's gone very wide there out of that left-hander. That sim race train, it might be. No, it's not. It's actually Rompu there getting wide. No, it was sim race train. I do apologise. But in the meantime, Mate Garcia leading this race by 1 second already, Dan.
Yeah, it was a bit chaotic going into the second chicane, but it looks like Fury has made quite a lot of places as well. Emo has managed to hold his place, but unlucky about Ugbar again. It's just any race he seems to be in, he doesn't have seen the luck. DJ Phil as well, moving up well. Those are the guys that I recognise, but no, it was relatively clean, which was good to see.
Absolutely, we saw Spiffmeister there just having a little look, trying to get around BT Targa. BT Targa has got himself into 10th place already here in this race. He's flying high, leading the championship right coming into this one. But Mate Garcia leading this race. He's already pulled out 1.2 seconds here at the front as we come around to complete the first racing lap here at Imola in the sprint race. Boostin still running in P2. He's put a bit of a gap between himself and DJ Phil at the moment. He's got Mr. Rogie. DJ Phil's got Mr. Rogie very much in his rearview mirrors at the moment, trying to battle back and get back up into that third place. He started on pole at Mr. Rogie, but it's been a disastrous start for him. Smokey Devil trying to fend off Fury. Fury's made an absolute flyer of a start to this race, as always on the opening lap. He always makes them just... Oh no, DJ Phil's off! DJ Phil into the gravel there. You see the number 78 Lamborghini losing lots of places there. Ian, Sebas and Bertie all up into 6th, 7th and 8th respectively. You can see DJ Phil's going to have to look in his rearview mirrors now. So he's got BT Targa all over the back of him. BT Targa looks like he's going to have that move done up into 9th place, and DJ Phil getting absolutely swamped. He's going backwards here on lap 3 of this race.
Oh no, DJ Phil, no, you're doing so well, man. Right, you just got to compose and get yourself back involved, mate. Just get it together. But it was very good that the rest of the drivers didn't manage to hit him. But helps Fury out. He moves up. He's getting closer and closer to the front. And Emo guy as well is just... it's very difficult to make the smallest mistake, doesn't it?
It is, absolutely. It's just on the absolute knife edge, these guys. And unfortunately, DJ Phil, they're just getting a little bit wide out of turn 1. And it was a knock-on effect, really, for him. He was in a rut at that point and just couldn't snap out of it. Boostin currently trying to fend off Fury for second place. Fury continuing is an electric start to this race. Looks like Imo guys making a move up to the inside there. Mr. Rogi's up into 4th place. Ian with some fantastic moves at the start of this race. And you can see there Smoky Devil getting a little bit wide, and now Sebastopano's up into 5th place as well. So Sebas capitalising on Smoky Devil's slightly awkward run there, coming out of the corner as he now tries to have a look towards the inside of the final turn. But he's not quite going to be able to make that move on Ian up ahead of him. Oh, Ian goes a little bit wide, and Ian pushes Mr. Rogi out wide. Ian's going to have to wait for him there. I think that Ian definitely gave Mr. Rogi a little bit of encouragement as we came into the final U-bend there. But Mr. Rogi down to 8th place. That is absolutely gutting there for Mr. Rogi. He was running so high early on in that race, and I don't know if Imo guy just maybe gave him a little bit more encouragement than was necessary there.
Yeah, with these guys battling so hard, that's given Mate and Fury and Boosty a chance to just run away. Especially Fury and Boost, they've managed to pull away from this gap, this gaggle of cars, and just run away with it. But Emo guy really struggling there, wasn't he? Oh, we got the car off the banner. It's Bentley.
But is that Smoke? No, it's Smoky Devil there into the wall. Oh no!
Oh no, he's gonna have to wait.
Oh no! Careful, Smoky Devil! Oh, that was so close there. Oh man, damn! My heart was in my mouth there. I can't believe that Spliffmeister was so close to getting taken out by Smoky Devil there.
I think Smokey needs to be a bit more careful when rejoining the track because he's done it before.
Yeah, just got to be more aware of what's going on.
Might need a warning for that.
Yeah, I reckon that's definitely a yellow marker at minimum, as we're currently seeing Boostin trying to fend off Sebastopano in the battle for third. He goes a little bit wide there as we come into Aqua Minerale. He's not quite able to get that move at the moment, still as you were between these guys. BT Targa just sat behind these guys at the moment in 5th place, waiting in the wings, hoping that these guys might trip over each other or slow each other down. As we come into the final chicane, we can see Sebas goes for the... Oh, he's going to go for the dive up the inside, and he's got the move done. Goes a little bit wide on the exit. He might get a slowdown for that, so he will have to back off a bit, but Boostin now got his mirrors absolutely full of BT Target. Boostin just can't get a break here in this race. Started on pole position due to his championship standing. Oh, we can see, yeah. He's having a look.
No.
BT Target pushes Boostin wide. BT Target there pushes him out and Boostin onto the gravel. He's not going to be happy with that. A flash the lights from Boostin there saying, what are you doing?
He's not happy, no.
I think BT Target's opting to take the penalty for that one by the looks of it, because he's not waiting for Boostin there. So he's probably taking that, he's sacrificing his points for position here in this race by the looks of it.
Yeah, it seems like Seb and BT Targa are really getting frustrated. They're trying to push through the pack as much as possible, but these two are fighting for the championship, if I'm right. Ian
very close to losing the car. Yeah, absolutely. But Dan, they are up there at the sharp end, fighting it out. But we saw Ian getting a tank snapper coming through turn 2 there, so close to losing the back end. Just about managed to keep it in check there, but you can see now he's got Bertie very much in his rearview mirrors at the moment. But one man who's been able to skip out all of this is Mate Garcia. He's got 6 seconds at the front, currently lapping a second lap faster than the man in P2 Fury. He's finally been able to get in some clear air, but Mate Garcia, he's having a hell of a drive tonight.
Yeah, he's driving really well. He's just, as soon as he got into the lead, he's managed to just start pulling that gap away and just get away from Fury. Fury just needs to try and just stick with his pace a little bit. Come on, Fury. Come on, focus, mate.
He's not in a bad position at the moment. You know, he's still got 6.5 laps left to go in. Well, 7.5 laps actually, including lap 6. So there's still a little way left to go in this race.
He just needs to stay composed. Fury makes silly mistakes when he's under pressure, so he just needs to stay composed and calm and keep it smooth.
Absolutely. You see Mr. Rogi having a little look to the inside of Ian, and Opar trying to fend off this point from Bertie at the moment. Yeah, Opar really is making some progress after that spin that we saw on the first lap, coming through turns 2 and 3. So the Flying Dutchman struggled on cold tyres, but he always stages good comebacks in races. We saw last week at Donington Park. When I looked at the highlights video, actually, I was editing it last night, and I noticed that Opar was having so many issues at the start of races, and I thought he had a terrible race. But when I looked at the end of the race, the standings at the end of the race, he was in 4th at the end of the feature race. So despite how bad it looked on the stream, you know, with all the mistakes that he was making, he had the pace. You know, he still came P4 despite all of those errors that we saw. So it just goes to show, if he could cut out some of those mistakes that we saw, then he could really be challenging for this GT3 championship here.
Yeah, I raced him a lot in the LMP2s, and again, he just doesn't seem to have the luck at the start of races. He always ends up in trouble, but he has got strong, fast pace, and he's very consistent and very clean driver as well. He gives a lot of space. So he's just gone off.
Pushed off a little bit. Has he been pushed wide there by Spliffmeister? I don't know. Maybe it was just an incident by himself there. You're right, Dan. He has got the pace, and when he's on his A game, he can be one of the most consistent drivers out there, but just doesn't seem to be falling for Ogbar at the moment. We saw him have a strong opening round.
It looks like Seb and Fury are really tight at the minute. He's really caught up to Fury.
Yeah, he looks like he's all over the rear end of Fury. Stefano having a little look to the inside, coming towards the final chicane, but he's too far back to go for that one at the moment. He's going to have to sit in behind. He goes a little bit wide there on the entry, trying to distract Fury in the mirrors if he can, but Fury's not going to be having any of that at the moment. But these guys both losing time to the race leader, Mate Garcia, continuing to pull back off of him while they try and fight each other. Stefano backs out of it a little bit there, presumably a slowdown penalty. It didn't appear to cut the chicane, but he must have done, because he definitely got out the throttle there, coming down the hill.
Yeah. Sometimes when you run out wide on the chicane, it can give you a penalty. So he might have gone a little bit wide, maybe, and caught the penalty that way. So these two got to be careful. They got a championship to think of, and racing with someone like Fury could be bad for them in their race, especially points wise. Oh, and they look like I thought BT had a run on him then.
Yeah, BT just had a little look to the inside of Stefano. Can't quite get it around at the moment. BT Targa comes into this round the championship leader ahead of Stefano. We saw last week at Donington Park an unbelievable finish to the race in which Stefano had the race at his mercy coming onto the final lap and ended up spinning out, coming on the exit of turn 4, just at the end of the first sector at Donny on the last lap of the race. He ended up handing the win to BT Targa, so BT Targa was able to extend his advantage at the top of the standings. So Stefano very much with a point to prove here in this race. He's currently running just ahead of his championship rival, but losing hand over fist, stuck behind Fury at this point, and Fury just driving his own race and doing a very solid job at this point.
Yeah, we saw with Fury the other night when he was racing in the 8v8. He's very good at dealing with some pressure, but he just needs to sort of just make sure that these guys don't fluster him too much. Just got to keep focusing on what he's doing. Keep doing what you're doing, Fury.
I think we've got
That's it, keep it up. You're doing a good job.
Three-way battle for P6 here.
It's
very tight down there.
Yeah, so we have got Rompu trying to fend off Mr. Rogier and Swiftmeister at the moment. You see Swiftmeister having a little look to the inside, coming through.
He's just overshot the chicane.
He's gone way too deep. He might get a slowdown for that as well. Swiftmeister is surely going to fancy his chances as they come down the hill towards the final hairpin, but Swiftmeister backs out of it. Pardon me, so I don't know what was going on there. But
he possibly had a slowdown as well.
Yeah, possibly. As we see there, Mr. Rogier riding all over the curve. He's all over the place here at this point. Ogbar is now right up the chuff of these guys as well. You can see there he's got a slightly compromised view due to that windscreen having taken a hefty whack into the wall at some point in this race. But he's now very much behind these guys. Looks like Rompu's managed to break away a little bit though ahead of Mr. Rogier and Swiftmeister while those two battle it out. To come up towards turn 1 now, you see them, Swiftmeister having a little look to the inside of Mr. Rogier, trying to distract him in the mirrors, but Mr. Rogier's not having any of that and is holding firm and keeping onto his position very well indeed.
I've just noticed Fury's just dropped off the pace. Fury's just dropped down to 4th, he's 13 seconds off the pace, and Imo goes all over him.
Yeah, the teammates now joined at the hip, but BT Targa up into P2 ahead of Sebas as well. So that could be crucial for the championship. Yeah. This is absolutely pivotal because Stefano needed to keep BT Targa behind him if he wanted to make some gains in the points here. So this really hasn't gone to plan for Stefano in this race. Still 4.5 laps left to go. We're approaching the final third of this sprint race. So Stefano, is he going to throw caution to the wind in his attempts to try and close the points?
He's got a great run on him.
He's got a slowdown. Yeah, he might have a slowdown there. I think he backed out of it a bit coming up the hill in towards the chicane.
They give each other space, which is good. He took a lot of curbs, Seb has, but it gives BT a chance to breathe for a minute. But yeah, what on earth's happening to Fury? He's dropped to 9th now. He's dropping right back.
He's just been passed by Simray's train there, so
Fury driving in Fury?
Oh man, it's really gone pear-shaped for this man. He was running up in P2 early in the race. We see here we've got a battle going on in the foreground by the looks of it. Spliffmeister trying his best to get around Ogbar. I think Ogbar goes a little bit deep. It's about happening now. Yeah, bit of contact. So Ogbar down to P8. Spliffmeister makes his way through. Mr. Rogier has managed to pull out a second or two to these guys while they fight it out. But now this has brought Fury and Simray's train very much into the picture here.
Yeah, it's going to be tight going into turn 1. We might have 3 abreast here, but it's tight here. Fury trying to regain the positions he's lost, and Ogbar just trying to survive out there.
Yeah,
He's just gone wide and gone deep.
Oh, Simrace Train's gone, he's lost it! He's pinned it into the wall there, he gets all sorts of sideways through the corner, and he's down to 12th place here in this race. Spliffmeister still running out.
Gone as well.
Oh no, Fury's pinned it! This race has gone from bad to worse for Fury, so Fury and Simrace Train both having off in the space of 2 corners. That's left Mr. Rogi and Spliffmeister.
BT has dropped to 3rd.
Oh my goodness, what's happened to BT Targa?
Well, just swapped around.
Yeah, Sebastopano's obviously made the move at some point. We saw in the previous lap BT Targa was quicker than Sebas, so it must have happened in the first part of this lap. I don't know if maybe BT had a slowdown or whether Sebas just went for a dive up the inside, but the positions have changed around, and now in the 2 championship contenders, or the top championship contenders should I say, have been swapped round in terms of their championship positions. BT Targa came into this round leading the championship ahead of Sebastopano. Sebas needs to finish in front of him in both races to gain a substantial amount of points and potentially take a step closer to getting the GT3 crown, which has so far eluded him here at Motive Racing. Sebas did finish runner-up in the GT3 championship a couple of seasons ago to his son Ayrton, so I'm sure he'll be wanting to add another GT3 crown to his household. He comes into this round 15 points behind BT Targa in the standings though, so there's still a little way to go. Obviously he will gain 3 points if this race stays as it is, with 30 points for 2nd place and 27 for 3rd, but still 3 laps left to go. Mate Garcia very much with this one under his control though.
Yeah, I've just been looking at Mate Garcia's lap times. He's consistently lapping in the 146s. Last time was a 146.0, so he's just absolutely flying out there. No pressures whatsoever, and keeping it nice and smooth, which is good to see. He's got the 2 championship leaders trying to hunt him down, but they're too busy battling themselves. They
are indeed. He's just keeping it cool and calm, keeping a composed head, and that's what you want to see from Mate Garcia. He's not had the greatest of seasons so far. He raced in the opening round at Brands Hatch, was 6th in the sprint race. He was running in the podium spots for quite a while actually, and ended up getting involved in an altercation with swim fins, which dropped him back out of the podium spots. He was then retired from the feature race. He wasn't present last week for the race at Donington Park, so this is his return to racing, and he has well and truly blown the opposition out of the water in this sprint race. We're hoping for much of the same from him in the sprint race, but we're hoping that the others can step it up a notch as well. And we're just noticing BT Targa's taken that 2nd place back up of Sebas.
Sebas has lost a lot of time there, hasn't he? He seems to have lost a lot of time. What's happened there? Has he dropped it? Or has he had a slowdown? But he's definitely a lot further. He's definitely a lot further away from him now. I've also noticed Ugbar is quite close to the back of 7th place there, so he's really hounding these guys through now and trying to keep his nose clean. He's right behind the Audi now. He looks like he's going to take a look down the inside.
He's going to have a look. Oh, he's a little bit too far back to go for that one. Ugbar has to be sensible on the brakes. Oh, he's gone deep though. Mr. Rogi's gone deep. Might allow Ugbar to
compromise him for the next corner. So Ugbar's going to have a great run down the back straight now, so hopefully he might be able to get a run on him into turn 1. We'll hopefully see if he finds a spot or not. But that Mercedes is powerful in a straight line. Look at it go, catching the Audi out. He should have a look around the outside. It's going to be difficult.
Oh, has he got it?
Oh, no, I think he's going to have to wait.
Yeah, Mr. Rogi picked his breaking point absolutely on the money and not allowing Ugbar any way around him at the moment, but Ugbar's still sticking with it here. Oh, he's got 2 wheels on the gravel there on the outside. He tried to get it around him, but he can't quite do it. At the moment in the background, Nando and Fury battling over 9th and 10th. Then you've got Bertie and Simrace Train battling over 11th and 12th, so battles throughout the field at the moment. Sebastopano's closing a little bit on... Oh no, who's that? Nando's lost it! Nando is round and down to 12th place there in the number 50 Ferrari, the yellow Ferrari, and he's had an absolute mare coming through there, so he's dropped positions.
Oh, he's gone off again!
Oh no, yeah, Nando into the wall. And
he's really struggling in that Ferrari, isn't he?
Yeah, it's all gone wrong for Nando here in this race. We go back to the battle here between Mr. Rogi and Ugbar. He's still trying to get around him as Ugbar, but he can't quite get it done at the moment. Mr. Rogi forcing him around the long way, and Ugbar now finding himself under threat from Fury. Is Fury going to fancy his chances coming up towards the chicane? You see here, let's go on board with Ugbar and see if Fury's put up on his left-hand side. You can see, I think Ugbar's just managed to hold on to that one by the looks of it. Fury has to tuck in behind, but Fury very much on a mission here at the end of this race. It's been a poor race for Fury by his standards in this one. He's got the pace in the Lamborghini, but he hasn't really had the consistency so far in this sprint race. We're coming into the hairpin for the penultimate time here in this race. You see Mr. Rogi getting a slightly better run through that corner than he has done on previous laps. Everyone seemed pretty tidy through there that time around. Bertie in the background, I think he's dropped off for these guys just a little bit now, so this is definitely a three-way battle for this 7th place, which currently Mr. Rogi is leading.
Well, are we sure that's Fury in the car? Because according to Fury's granddad on the stream, it says it's his mum driving. So maybe Fury's mum's driving.
Yeah, that's what
Mr. Rogi is deep into the corner. That's allowed. What happened to P7 there? P7.
Go on, Fury's mum. Go on, Fury's mum.
Fury has a little look to the inside, coming towards turn 3. He's going to have to move down. It looks like Mr. Rogi's going to have to give him the space there in the end. Fury's mum backs out of that one, but Mr. Rogi's going to hug the curve on the inside. Fury's going to have a look to the outside here, coming into this left-hander, but I think Mr. Rogi's just about weathered that storm, and he's going to hold on to that 8th place. As you see Oakbar getting very wide there, but didn't cost him any time.
Yeah, you got very close, those two. But I've just been noticing that BT and Seb have just been lapping a bit quicker than mate. But it's a little too late, isn't it? Now they're doing 145s now, and yeah, but it looks like mate has got this in the bag. Just got to go around this last corner.
I think the charge from those two, a day late and a dollar short, but we see mate Garcia coming out the last corner, flashing his lights as he comes up towards the line. It's going to take his first win here in the GT3 Super League here at Motive Racing. Fantastic drive from mate Garcia, dominant in this opening race of the evening. Well done, mate Garcia. What a drive from him. Took it easy at the end there. Sebas Stefano is going to come around to take P2. So Sebas has actually got past BT Targa. What's happened to BT Targa there?
Has he dropped it somewhere? So Seb does a 45.7. He does a 53.3, so he must have had a spin or something to drop that. Imola guy in 4th, well done Ian, beautiful drive there. Was that Rom? I can't even pronounce that.
Rompu in 5th there with a penalty, so he dropped the position to Ian there based on the penalty. Spliffmeister coming over in 6th. Got Oakbar in finishing in 7th, Fury in 8th, Mr. Rogi 9th, Sim Race Train on his debut. Motive Racing finishing in the top 10. Good performance there from him. Bertie a little bit out of sorts in that race, down in 11th. Nando finishing in 12th. We saw the incidents there, really knocked him back a few places. Loki Devil coming over to finish in 13th. Not the best of races for him.
No, I don't know what that Bentley's like to drive, but I'm sure it's tricky around Imola. Imola's quite a high downforce circuit, so I don't know if that Bentley was struggling a little bit around here. But here comes Boost. He's had bad luck as well. He's just caught up in all sorts of trouble, hasn't he, Boost?
Yeah, he's not really had the smoothest of races. Started at the front, but finishing at the back. He'll be back, I'm sure, in a feature race, looking to respond again. DJ Phil coming over to complete the race. Brilliant job from DJ Phil as always there, picking up a couple of points for his championship campaign. So that is all she wrote for the sprint race, guys. Maze Gamer there, unfortunately disconnecting on the first lap, so he will score no points. Hopefully he'll be back in for the feature race. But fantastic job from mate Garcia. His first win here in the Motive Racing Leagues. So congratulations to you, mate Garcia. Sebas Stefano gaining 3 points on his championship rival BT Targa. A gap at the front in that championship, I believe, now down to 11 points, because Sebas Stefano did pick up the bonus point for fastest lap. So it comes down to, the feature race here, guys, to see what's going to happen next. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a few moments' time.
Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel for the feature race qualifying session here. We're still at Imola for the GT3. We're just seeing Nando coming out of the pit garage about to start his attempt at getting a better race than what we saw in the sprint race. He struggled a little bit. We saw him in the wall a couple of times, was not really getting it the way that he would have wanted to. So fingers crossed we see a hell of a performance from Nando coming up in this feature race. Sim Race Train, the first man out on track. Following just behind him is Maze Gamer. We saw Maze Gamer unfortunately disconnect on the formation lap for the sprint race. So another man who's definitely going to be out there with a point to prove tonight. And hopefully we will be seeing, likewise with one before him, a good performance tonight.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what lap times these guys can produce. We're looking in the races and it looked like that Seb and what was it? I can't remember his name now. BT, that's the one. They looked like they were doing like really quick lap times. So see if those guys can put themselves back at the front. Be interesting to see if Fury and Emo guy can get themselves involved as well, and see if Boost can have a better start to this race, and see if we can have a tight grid again.
Yeah, 100%. Boosting will not be starting this one on pole unless he pulls in an absolute blinder in this qualifying session, though. So he's going to have to do it from.
He won't anyways. He's got one good place penalty, I think.
Oh no, yeah. Boosting has just picked up a, presumably for abusing the limits of the pit lane upon exiting. So yeah, not the best start to this qualifying session there for Boosting, but I'm sure he can try and make up for it in the remainder of this qualifying session. He's got a Bentley who's just passed him, so let's play Guess the Bentley game again. So it's not Smoky Devil, it's Bertie. So I put it on a second guess this time. Great stuff from me. So yeah, Bertie driving in the number 85 Bentley at the moment. Just coming through Aqua Minerale underneath the Dunlop Bridge. So, see how he gets on. Didn't have the best of sprint races, finished 10th in the end, so I'm sure he's going to be out there with a point to prove out in this one tonight. DJ Phil currently out there at the moment, sat in P1 at the top of the leaderboard on the top left of your screen you see there. Having said that though, nobody's set a lap just at this point, so that may change in a few moments time. Flash the lights there from DJ Phil, recognising the fact that we are watching him live on the screen, and also the man behind him as well, getting a little bit, well, certainly
Mr. Flashy.
Certainly if there are any sufferers from epilepsy coming up through that corner, then we do apologise. But Fury there just letting a few, what's the word? I can't think of the word now.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Fancy light shows. Fancy light shows.
I mean, it was bonfire night the other day, so.
Yeah, he's just celebrating bonfire night.
That's it.
That's it.
Should be interesting to see how Mate Garcia gets on. He obviously won the race and he was lapping as quick as the top guys in the championship. So we should see how he gets on. He seems to be doing really well around Imola. So you need a nice little setup around Imola just to keep your speed and flow going. So it'd be interesting to see where he qualifies and see if he can give the top guys a run for their money.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. It's going to be exciting to see how he gets on again in this one, because we saw how dominant he was in that sprint race, and ultimately did get a little bit lucky at the start. Yeah, he was able to break away, managed to keep himself out of trouble. So with guys like Sebas and BT Targa now starting at the front of the pack, it is going to be very exciting to see whether or not he can continue the type of form that we saw a few moments ago. He comes over, he's done the fastest outlap of anybody so far, but it's not, those outlaps are not going to be what gets people at the sharp end of the grid. Smoky Devil's coming to the pits after doing his outlap, so presumably something not quite perfect with the car. Sim Race Train now in the 146s, so very solid pace here from Sim Race Train. But look at that, Maze Gamer has just gone top of the leaderboard with a 1 minute 44.1. He has smashed the ball out of the park so far, driving in the very fancy coloured Bear AMG number 16, and he's very much on a mission here at the beginning of this session, is Maze Gamer.
Yeah, that was a very quick lap time. That was as quick as what we saw in the race, anyway. So we'll see how we can keep up with the other guys.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely interesting to see now. Maze Gamer, we know this man has a tendency to be a little bit. He can go a little bit overboard with certain moves. He has picked up multiple championship point penalties from our stewards over the course of this season so far. So hopefully he keeps it all in check. Actually, he really impressed me on Thursday night when he represented us in the 8v8 versus Simplay Motorsport, because he kept it clean as a whistle. He wasn't involved in any incidents. He showed what he's capable of doing when he wants to, you know. So Maze Gamer currently doing a fantastic job setting the pace here in this session. He's got 1.6 seconds back to this man GT Targa, who was second in the sprint race. Oh, sorry, third even. Finished behind his title rival Sebas Stefano, who is also out there on the track at the moment. He's just coming through the middle sector.
Yeah, I think we could see BT Praga go a lot quicker than that. He did a 45.0 in the race, so maybe he's obviously got more pace under his belt. But Maze Gamer, what a lap time that was! That's certainly sent the benchmark for everyone else to chase.
Yeah, he really has, and let's see if he can improve the lap time even further as he comes up towards the line. It's going to be quite a feat if he can go faster, and he does. Oh my goodness me! He has just completely changed the game with that one. A 1 minute 43.4. He seems to be on another level at this point. BT Targa, as you said there, Dan, did a 1 minute 45 dead in the race. So usually the race lap times are around a second or so off of what you see in quali. But even if BT Targa were to take a second off of his time in the race, it'd still be nearly a second off of Maze Gamer. As we see Sebas going up into P2 there, it looks like he had a bit of traffic. He's just had to overtake a green car in the background there, and we see that car getting all sorts of out of shape coming through turn 2. I think that was Spliffmaster, was it? It was indeed. So Spliffmaster there just getting a bit out of shape. He's going to have to let Nando come through here. I'm actually starting to get to grips with deliveries here in this GT3 Super League, which I'm pretty happy about. Something that hasn't really come to me over the last couple of seasons, but it's always good to try and learn who's in what car and what liveries. We see Maze Gamer coming through. I think he must have pitted because he's not far enough through the lap. So he must have brought it in after doing that lap. And we're just hearing a report from our producer here. So he's just mentioning there that we need to renew our share play to our other commentator in the box here, Dan Davis. So let me just end this share play down, and then I'm going to restart it so that you can get a grip of what's going on.
Just a comment from Fury's granddad about Fury flashing his lights. He's saying Fury's doing a tribute to Blackpool Illuminations.
So apparently Fury's doing a tribute to Blackpool Illuminations
no, they can hear me,
by doing his flashing the lights there. Oh, they can hear you now, sorry dude. Right, there we go, Dan. You should now have a renewed share play there.
We need some more notes from Fury's granddad.
Do you know what? I forgot that they're not seeing what I saw. When I just renewed the share play, I thought to myself that the stream would stop, but then I just remembered that you're the broadcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we ever do a podcast, we need Fury's dad granddad on there.
I don't know if they can hear me, but I haven't.
We definitely need to do a podcast here, Motive Racing. That's the one thing we're lacking. We've got highlights, we've got live streams.
We need Fury's granddad on there. We need some comedy.
If anybody wants to run the Motive Racing podcast with me, then put your hands up, guys. Shout out. We'll definitely get this one. We'll definitely get that on the. We'll definitely get that on the works at some point. But Maze Gamer is still setting the pace here in his qualifying session. A second and a half he's got back to BT Targa. Nobody seems to be in the league of him. Yeah. Oakmar goes up to 4th place there with that last lap, 146.2. And also I was requested to watch your gameplay. Are you not watching it already?
No, I can't get in.
What about now? Oh.
Well, they can hear me, but I can't seem to get into your share play, so I'll just have to watch through the stream.
I think Andy's going to rejoin.
always good to have G actually talking with us, because it's good to discuss things, and obviously he has a unique point of view because he is a multiple world record holder on Project Cars 2 in the V8 Supercars, I believe. G, how many world records is it now?
I'll let you take a guess.
I'm gonna guess 45.
No, that's too much. It's 30, yeah.
Can I have a
No,
guess?
31.
Oh,
30. I can't
31.
remember.
that
31
would
or
have been
30.
my guess.
I've lost track.
He's lost track. He can't remember how many world records he has. He could have lost a few on the way, but he hasn't been checking them. Unfortunately,
no, I checked them the other day. Just can't remember.
One of the more recent ones that he added to his collection was actually the Silverstone Classic track, originally held by ALTEL, but G has blown that one out of the water by 0.4 of a second, I think. Was it, G?
Yeah, 3/4 tenths, I think.
Yeah, so G's on a mission here, collecting and picking off all these world records in the V8 Supercars one by one. If you have a world record on Project Cars 2 in the V8 Supercars, just know that you're on borrowed time, because G will come and get it at some point. So if you want us to get it over with, then shout us out.
Just
put it in the comment section what track it is. Yeah, and G will come and sort that out.
I'll make
for
a
you.
video on it as well.
G will come and relieve you of that if you wish. So just watch out, guys. Watch out. If you like the V8 Supercars and you're quick in the V8 Supercars, you're definitely not as quick as G. As we see DJ Phil getting a little bit loose there, coming on the exit of the chicane, getting it onto the grass. He's lost a lot. Well, he didn't lose a lot of time because obviously it's qualifying, but he's definitely, that would have compromised his lap time quite severely. And he's just being passed by Sebas on the track. Sebas is just coming in towards the final corner now, driving out of the final corner. Just hearing reports in the background.
I'm still not on the share play.
Apparently still can't actually see the action on the track, so we're going to try and work on this, guys. So apologies, we're just going to take a very short break while we try and sort some technical difficulties out in the commentary box. We know that the stream, as far as you guys can see, is all A-OK at this point, but it's just in the commentary box.
Oh, bollocks. Panicked.
Is everything alright? If you go to the party and click on join share play, you should be able to jump in. So you see Sebastefano bring it into the pits. He doesn't think he can go any faster here in this session. BT Targa has done likewise, so it looks like Maze Gamer is going to be starting this one at the front here for the feature race. What a performance he's put in there in that Merc AMG. Really has done a number on these guys out on the track tonight. Rompu sat in fourth. And the great news that we've just heard over on the mic there is that Dan is back in the box and watching the monitor. That's good. Well, anyway, you can hear obviously you can hear him saying that anyway. So we see Rompu there. Oh, with DJ Phil losing the car, coming in towards the final hairpin. Rompu looks like he just about managed to avoid him there, but I think that Rompu is going to cross the line a little bit too late to do another lap here. It's going to be actually nip and tuck here. Is Rompu going to get right? No, he's not. Surely not. No, he's not. So this is the final run of the session for Rompu. What can he do? Currently P4 in this session. And he stays P4 by the looks of it. Sim Race Train is out there on a lap at the moment. We've got Okbar and Nando also on laps. Let's see what Nando can do here as he crosses the line now. Can he improve in the number 50 yellow Ferrari? And it looks like he can't. He stays P7. So Okbar out there at the moment. Sim Race Train also on a lap, and Rompu obviously finished for the session after that one. So Sim Race Train currently coming down the hill towards the hairpin. Okbar's a little bit behind him on the track coming into the final chicane. What can Sim Race Train do here in the dying embers here of this feature race qualifying session? Driving in the number 76 black and yellow Porsche. Gets a good exit out of the last corner, not too much curve either, so he's keeping it smooth and very much on the grey stuff. Also keeping half an eye on the timing screen. Ian and Mr. Ogie out there on lap time still, likewise Smoky Devil. What can Sim Race Train do here as he comes over the line? Looks like he can't improve. Stays P5. Ian's into the pit, so he'll start 10th. Mr. Rogie looks like he's done for the session. Oakbar coming up towards the line. Where's Smoky Devil? Smoky Devil's done. So this is now all on Oakbar as he comes over the line. And he can't improve. He stays P6, unfortunately, for the Flying Dutchman. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen, for the qualifying session. Maze Gamer starting this one on pole with Sebas alongside him, BT Target and Rompu behind those guys. We're about to go racing here for the feature race at Imola for round 3 of Motive Racing's GT3 Super League Elite Tier. Stay tuned.
Sorry, Fury's granddad.
Don't forget to breathe, Andy, says Smurf J. I haven't even had a chance to read the comments today. Oh, stand off.
Remember to get hyped for this one, Andy.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this. I just want everyone who's watching right now, the 15 people that are watching, to go and like the video. Because
that's it. We've only got 7 likes on this video, guys, and really, if we've got 15 people watching, we should have 15 likes on this. So please, guys, if you haven't already, drop a like on the videos. It really helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the Motive Racing channel. And if you want to get involved in the action, go to motiveracing.com. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to check out the YouTube stream in the comments section down below. We'd much rather that we got all the audience watching in one place.
Sebas.
It does look like we have lost Sebastefano in the start of this race. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but we are moments away from lights out here. Maze Gamers will start this one off, and we are underway. Green, green, green here for the feature race. Maze Gamer gets away nicely. It looks like BT Target likewise. Rompu already looks to the outside, coming up towards turn 1. Oakbar stops in behind. Looks like we've got Nando Fury in 6th place. We've got a little bit of action there, and somebody speared off in the background. Who is that? Is that Mate Garcia? It is Mate Garcia, the sprint race winner. Already struggling here at the start of this race. Spliffmeister also caught up in that one as well. So those two having a big collision there coming through turns 1 and 2. But Maze Gamer holding on to this lead. BT Target sat in 2nd place with Rompu right behind him. Ian's made a good start up into 4th place. Good job there from Emo Guy. Bertie currently sat in 5th place. What is this cameraman even? As we come up towards the left-hander here, and looks like Bertie's got the inside ahead of Nando. Smoky Devil's starting in behind. Looks like Smoky Devil's looking at the inside there of Nando, and then Smoky Devil's taking him out. Smoky Devil there takes Nando out on the exit of the corner and gets it spun round, and Smoky there once again rejoining the track very unsafely as Mate Garcia comes through. Fury gets through. Spliffmeister. Fury with a shocking start to this race as well, so not what you would have wanted. Sim Race Train and Oakbar. Oh, well, this man is once again running into problems on the first lap. What has he got to do? What has he got to do?
Yeah, no, not good for Ugbargan, not good for Mate Garcia. He's having a terrible race too. After everything going so well, I'm just looking through Discord and it looks like Sebas was on hard or something and has disconnected or something. So I'm assuming that's what's happened to him. I guess he got the setup wrong or something along those lines. But it's a shame that he's out, and that was just giving BT a chance to run away with this race at the minute. But Maze Gamer still leading out in front and holding a nice gap between the top 3, and we've got Emo Guy there chasing. But yes, sorry to hear about Sebas there, and we'll see if Mate Garcia can make his way through.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see, Maze Gamer has already pulled out a second here to BT Targa, who's just about keeping it within sight. But I feel so desperately sorry for Sebastefano. He obviously half that points deficit down a little bit there in that sprint race. It was 15 going into that one. It was 11 coming into this feature race. BT Targa is going to gain absolutely hand over fist in points over Sebastefano in this race. It is a real shame for Sebastefano.
Well, BT hasn't got it easy. He's got a Ferrari right up behind him, giving him a lot of pressure in this early start of this race. So he needs to keep an eye out on that. But the field a bit spread out now. I say that, and this got this duo going on with Fury and Boost. Fury, Boost, DJ Phil, Spiffmaster. All these guys are just tight. Nando as well. They're all quite close to each other. So
they got to see around the outside of sim race train up into a 12th place there. Great move from him.
Start of his comeback, he really needs to start making his way through the pack as quickly as possible. But it's still a long race. Yeah, but he has got a long. He's got a long way to go. But it just take his time, be as smooth as he was in race 1, and just pick them off one by one, and he should be able to just make his way and get some decent points.
Yeah, absolutely. As we can see, we've got a battle going on in the background here. Boosting, trying to fend off DJ Phil, and Spliffmeister gives DJ Phil a little bit of a bump there as he came into the corner. My controller battery's low, so I just need to find my charger, guys, so it won't be a second.
But yeah, Spliffmaster right onto the back of, is that DJ Phil, I think it is? But yeah, he's looking to the inside. Oh, they make contact. If they get back on track. Oh no, oh my god! The Ferrari goes flying, Boosty goes flying in the air. But that's allowed DJ Phil and Nando to sneak past, and what has happened to Boost?
I'm not sure if he lost it on his own there. Oh, I think we've got Fury off.
Yeah.
Was that DJ Phil? No, that's DJ Phil.
Well, yeah. Where's DJ Phil gone?
Yeah, he's dropped down the order.
Oh, he's dropped down to 12th. That's bad, DJ Phil. He was doing so well, but these two are battling hard. Nando and Swiftmaster are fighting hard here. I can't really tell what's going on because we lost Andy and he's the main commentator, but Ogbar just trying to make some ground on these guys in front of him. DJ Phil dropping down even more. So yeah, I don't know what to say about that Ferrari. That Ferrari went absolutely flying.
It's a shame for Boosted. I think he did lose it on his own.
Yeah.
The others just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it's just that concertina effect, isn't it? Yeah. Just once someone goes, everyone else goes. In a tight fight like that, it could be quite bad for one person who's trying to make their way up. But Maze Gamer pulling away slowly from BT.
Sorry about that, guys. I just had to find my controller charger. I took my micro USB into my room last night, and so I had to run and go get it. Sorry about that, guys. I do apologise, but Maze Gamer is still leading this race. So Bertie, though, is right up the chuff of Mr. Rogie here, guys. That's absolutely gusting for Boosting, though. As I was walking out of the room, I just saw that collision on the screen, and it's really unfortunate there for him. He looked like he was making progress here in this race. Mate Garcia also down in 15th place. Really challenging races for these guys so far in this feature race.
And DJ Phil was dropped right back as well. He was right in that fight, right in that battle, and now he's dropped all the way down to 15th. So this seems to be the closest battle at the front between BT and is that Rompidon? Am I pronouncing that right? Yeah. So these two seem really close to each other, but the more they keep fighting, the more they get the Maze Gamer to run away, and Ian's starting to slowly catch on them as well. So these two keep fighting, they're going to lose out on the lead. They need to start working together and make their way up.
Yeah, they do. If they start slowing each other down or tripping over each other, and it's only going to play into hands of this man, Maze Gamer, who's currently having an absolute field day at the front of the field. Lap 4 of 26, and he's so far gone unchallenged here in this feature race. He took a dominant pole position by 1.3 seconds just a few minutes ago, and he is well and truly continuing on in that vein of form. Can anyone stop this man here at Imola tonight? Got so unlucky in the sprint race, had a disconnection on the formation lap, and it looks like he's got a slowdown penalty there because he's back right off coming up the hill towards the second chicane. So little things like that could maybe play BT Targa and Rompu back into contention. Oh no, Rompu lost it! Rompu binned it out of the second chicane. We've got a yellow flag here, and Ian comes round up into third place, but Rompu just got a little bit sideways, got a bit too much onto the accelerator, and he's now down to 4th place.
Yeah, I just saw it on the stream that I got on next to me, which is a little bit behind. It just looked like it got on the loud pedal a little bit too early, and it just spun him round. It's very easy to do, especially in these cars. It's very easy just to get a little bit too eager, and when you're chasing someone as well, you want to just gain and gain and gain as much as you can. But such a shame. He was giving BT a run for his money as well.
He was. It's one of those things. I mean, Rompu's just got to get his head down and maximise his points now. He's still got the podium very much within his grasp. Ian has got a penalty, currently running in third, so that was a hiccup, guys. I do apologise, but Ian's definitely going to have to keep his wits about him in order not to lose that third place to Ian once we get to the end of this race. Looks like we've got a battle developing here between Bertie and Sim Race Train. Oh, see Bertie going to do the corner, and the Sim Race Train's going to have an opportunity here. Bertie getting very out of shape. He saw a little twitch there.
Yeah, again, and we got Sim right up behind him now in the Porsche. Can he find a way through, or it doesn't look like he can?
No, not quite at the moment. I want to read through the comments here tonight, guys.
He's going down the inside. Sim goes down the inside. But is Bertie going to do the switchback? No, he doesn't get the traction, but nice move from Sim there. He gets past.
Yeah, fantastic move there from Sim Race Train. On his debut here at Motive Racing, he's making his first appearance in the GT3 League tonight. He has not disappointed so far, running in 8th place. Very, very solid points there for him. But it looks like we've got Bertie trying to fend off Spliffmeister now. Spliffmeister's made a move on the inside, and he's got up into 9th place. So Bertie going backwards here on lap 5 of this race.
Yeah, he seems to be really struggling in that Bentley. I don't know what's happened here, but he's lost 2 places within a matter of a couple of corners. So he really needs to just get his composure again and get back into the zone, and he can just start working his way back up. But Maze Gamer just absolutely destroying it at the minute. He's 2 seconds ahead of BT and just managing the pace, just not getting too complacent. Now BT has got free space behind him. He can kind of focus on Maze Gamer and chase him down. Emo guy in there just chilling in that GTR. He seems to be handling it a little bit better. As I say that, he goes a little bit deep. But yeah, these 3 seem to be running away with it at the minute. And Fury's starting to make some moves as well, which is nice to see. I think he had a bit of a bad start at the start of this race, so Nando in the Ferrari and Sim with that beautiful move in the hairpin.
Flying Dutchman really struggling though tonight, Dan. It looks like he's had another shocker of a start to the race. We saw him down in last place on the opening lap, so for whatever reason this season it just doesn't seem to be falling. Somebody's gone off. Bertie's off onto the gravel. He's just getting it going once again. I don't know what's happened to Bertie, but he seems to have fallen apart here in this race. He's dropping backwards now. We saw him getting passed by Sim Race Train and Spliffmeister, and now he's made a mistake which has relegated him down to 11th place, out of the top 10. Very unfortunate there for Bertie.
Yeah, but what you're saying about Ukbar, he just whatever he's in at the minute, he doesn't seem to have any luck in any car. I usually race him in LMP2, and like I said, he's such a good driver, such a fast driver, but he just seems to be caught up in all sorts of problems, but it's not his fault. So yeah, he just needs his luck back, doesn't he? He just seems to either have bad luck or no luck at all. So
he needs a couple of things to go right for him, and he's back in the money, so to speak. So, but yeah, it's just been a torrid season so far.
Well, hopefully for him tonight in Monza for LMP2 might have a bit more luck. So we'll see how he gets on with that tonight. But
fingers crossed. I know Monza is a track that he likes very much. It's the track that we actually started racing on a couple of years ago. Me and Opar used to always race GT3s at Monza, so I know he likes the track. He also goes well in the LMP2s around there as well. As you can see, Sim Race Train backing right off coming down the pit straight, so he's lost the position there to Spliffmeister. He moves up into 8.
Did he have a slowdown then?
I think he might have done, yeah, because he definitely seemed to get out of the throttle. You could just hear him lifting off, and Spliffmeister seemed to drive by him like he's going backwards there.
I know that Mercedes is powerful, but I didn't think it was that powerful. That must have been a slowdown. But no, that was a bit weird. But still, Fury's looking to make a move onto this Audi here. He looks to the inside, but he cuts him off. Fury just needs to stay calm, take time, mate. Don't push it. Just keep putting him under pressure. But what did we say the pit window open was? They can
will
start.
be opening on the next lap, lap 8.
So lap 8, this is when they can all... And who's that going slowly?
Oh, what's up to Rompu? Rompu's got out of it there, you could see.
He's right
Mr.
for them, wasn't he?
Yeah, they drove by him like he wasn't there, Dan.
Oh, Fury's looking for a move around the outside into the chicane. Let's see if he can pull this off. You got to be a brave late breaker to pull it off, but can he do it?
Oh,
Looks like the Audi might have outbraked himself, but Fury right up behind. Oh, it's good clean racing from these guys.
the Rompu in the background just riding over the curve as Fury makes another look to the inside.
Yeah, Romper just needs to sit and watch. Just needs to sit and watch these guys, and if they tangle with each other, he might be backing into that 4th place. But Fury really hounding the back of that Audi right now.
Yeah, he is. He's the man on a mission at the moment.
Oh, we just saw someone spin at the back. Was that Sim? No, that's Sim.
Oh,
He just saw in the background. He just lit the rear tyres up and just went round.
he did. I think he might have got a little bit too hot onto the curve, maybe.
I think Fury's making a move. Just as I say that, they're getting real tight here.
Oh, can't quite get around Mr. Ogie. Mr. Ogie's still just about clinging onto that position by the skin of his teeth. And Fury is wanting to get on with this though, because he's losing time to Imo Guy. Imo Guy's now pulled out 10 seconds to these guys in 3rd. Fury's looking left, looking right. He can't get around Mr. Ogie at the moment. Mr. Ogie's popping his car in all the right places here, Dan.
Yeah, he seems to be defending really strong from Fury. I think Fury's starting to get a little bit frustrated with him now. He's trying to push him on a little bit more, and if he keeps pushing as he is, he's going to make a mistake himself. So, but the pit window is open now, so maybe we'll see people undercutting on.
Oh no, Fury's lost it!
Fury!
He's got sideways! And he looks like he's lost positions to Rompu and Smithmeister there, just bigging him up and talking about his
That's just the
possibility
commentator.
of getting that move done.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Just getting a little bit too aggressive now. He just lost it. Just getting too flustered.
He's got the stream up as well, so us watching him might put some pressure on him.
I'm sorry, Fury. I'm not going to talk about you no more. But nah, it's, like I said, you can sometimes.
There also been a comment from his granddad saying, "Go Fury, go."
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. There's probably his mum in the background screaming, going, "Yeah!" But yeah, like I said, we got Emo Guy in. He's getting his pit done and out the way. But the top 2 is still going round. Emo Guy trying to. We got loads. Who's this who can't come in? Yeah, some people starting to get their pits out the way. Who else is that? Who else is coming with him? Fury's getting his lap pit stop out the way. So we'll see how this all pans out. Maybe these guys are trying to do the undercut, but Simrare trying to recover from his little spin that he had. And Fury's granddad should have kept quiet. So we got Ugbar in as well.
We love your support. We always love having you in the chat, and you're more than welcome to say as much as you want. It makes the racing interesting as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see the support. Fury has got a lot of support. So we'll see if he can recover from this. We're only lap 9 of 26, so he can still come back, even though Maze Gamer is just holding that gap to BT. BT can't seem to creep up at him. There just seems to be a wall between these two now. They can't.
Oh, we've lost somebody from the race. Somebody has dropped out. Is that Fury? Fury's out of the race.
No, we lost Fury. No.
My goodness, I don't know whether. Oh no! Oh god, I don't want to speculate. I was about to suggest a ridiculous idea, but I'm not going to say it out loud. That's
rotten luck. He's just not gone his way tonight, and that does not help. Oh, Maze Gamer goes a little bit wide.
Jamie Brazier in the comment section saying he loves this track. Good to have people with Brazier in the comment section regular over at Simplay Motorsport. Jamie Brazier, if you want to join Motive Racing's leagues on a Saturday night here in the GT3s, be sure to go to motiveracing.com. You definitely fit in right here. You're one of the quickest guys, so as long as your internet holds out, that is, you're more than welcome to join us on a Saturday night here. One of the stars of the Pro-Am series over at Simplay.
Yeah, I'm actually racing in Simplay next week.
In the Pro series, I'll be commentating on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, great! Now I've got another driver to worry about in the sim place. Do you want to be my teammate?
He's just managed to.
I've already got my own team.
Oh, damn it!
Oh, I'm so
He's just managed to match the pace of Mazda, and now he's got you jumping in.
Great. Great. I just seen Fury's comment. Fury's granddad's comment. He's arguing with his mum as he told him he should drive. So we've had a couple of guys pit now, so we just see how all this pans out. The top two seem to just stay out a little bit longer. So Fury had a 10-second penalty for going 38 miles an hour in the pit lane.
Oh no.
So,
well, to be fair though, Fury, you just got to stick with it. So you know, it's not a reason to bail out. But admittedly, I suppose it can be demoralising, can't it, when something like that happens?
Yeah, there's valuable points that you've just that could go to someone else now. Like I know I did the touring car at Donington, and the second race it did not pan my way. So
May's game has made a mistake that last lap.
Well, he did. Yeah, he did a 152.8. Oh, he does a 144.9. What does BT do?
Yeah, so he's recovered it that time around as Mace Gamer, but he definitely must have had some kind of excursion off onto the gravel, maybe, or possibly even into the wall. That looks like his headlights are holding firm for the time being. So Mace Gamer, his headlights are still holding firm. So BT Targa has now got a little sniff at this win. Obviously, we saw last week at Donington in the feature race, he hunted Sebastefano down at the end of the race and ended up pressuring Sebas into making that mistake, which gifted him the win on the final lap. So, could we see a similar repeat performance from BT Targa this evening? Obviously, on a different person this time around, though. Mace Gamer currently with the ascendancy here in this race, as we see Spiffmeister now got his mirrors full of Rompu in the battle for third and fourth.
Yeah, these two quietly going about their business, and these two are just... I think these two haven't pitted yet. Everyone else has started pitting. We had likes of Emo Guy and others popping in the pits. So these two are just trying to eke out their stint for as long as possible to try and make the jump on those guys. But yeah, Romtu making a recovery, see if he can get past the Mercedes.
Spiffmeister seems to just take across a little bit there as he came into the corner, but he keeps it just about pointing in the right direction. You see there, Spiffmeister serving his slowdown on the racing line there, so I'm sure Rompu will not thank him very much for that. I don't know if you noticed that, Dan. He just very obviously braked on a flat out section of the track there, so Rompu's probably going to be a little bit put out about that one, but carrying on as usual.
Oh, he's quite close up behind him here. If he gets a good run down into this corner, he should be able to take a look from the inside, but Imola's such a difficult track to overtake. You really got to hope that someone makes a mistake. And into the braking zone, and looks like Spiffmeister just hangs in there, which he does so. But will these two pit, or will they stay out for a little bit longer? And no, they're both going to stay out. Oh, he's got a run. The Ferrari's got a nice run down on the inside. And it looks like he's got the job done. So he must have had a slowdown there. He's right on the back of him again. Can Spiffmeister throw it down the inside? Looks like he's just holding him off there. If he gets another good run, he might be able to try it into the next chicane. But yeah,
he's done a good job there, Rompu, managing to get that one. He was 3 seconds quicker than Spiffmeister on the previous lap, so he's definitely got the momentum. I don't think Spiffmeister's going to have to work hard to stick with Rompu here.
Yeah, he's probably a good chance for him to just sit and watch and see how Rompu laps and see if he can do similar times. But he's got a good run up the hill here, so it's going to be tricky going into the next quick left to try and get past him.
Onto the brakes here, you can see Rompu looks pretty set with that one. Spiffmeister goes very wide. It's so easy to pick up a penalty on the exit of that corner. But
I've just noticed Maze Gamer has lost time again. He seems to have lost a bit of time, and BT is just creeping up on him now, starting to slowly creep on the leader.
Yeah, Mace Gamer's had an absolute mare on that last run. 149.
Don't know what's happened there.
See if he's got it together this time. These guys just coming out at the last corner. 14 laps left to go here. We're almost half distance in this feature race. But Maze Gamer has led this one pretty much from the get-go. In fact, I don't think he's been headed at any point. He has led every lap, took pole position, possibly got the fastest lap as well. So Maze Gamer could be on for a Grand Chelem here in this one if he keeps doing what he's doing. Last time around he responded to BT Targa, was a second quicker. So BT Targa must have been right up his chuff at the start of the previous lap. Maze Gamer flashing his lights here at a Bentley.
Yeah, he's
Another
coming up to
memory.
back markers. Let's see how we can get through the. Hopefully, Smoky Devil doesn't make it too difficult for him. And yeah, he looks like he's going. Is he getting out of the way? Or it
Not
looks like
yet.
he's holding him up a little bit there. Ah, he does so. He gets out of the way cleanly there. But let's see how they get through this traffic. BT Trago will be trying to push his way through and try and make up as much time as possible. But it's going to be a strong challenge for Maze to keep BT behind. With the highlights I've seen, BT is quite a strong driver. He's quite consistent, and I would, if that was me, I wouldn't want to be seeing that Mercedes up behind me.
Yeah, it can be a bit of an ominous sight in your rearview mirrors. We're currently seeing BT Targa trying to put a lap on Smoky Devil. Smoky's taking his time about moving over, although, having said that, Maze Gamer is just coming up to put a lap, I believe, on DJ Phil. I think it is DJ Phil, yeah. So Maze Gamer's got some traffic of his own, but BT Targa still hasn't picked up Smoky Devil. Is he going to let him past here? Surely he is.
He's lost a lot of time now.
Yeah, he very reluctantly there moves out of the way, Smoky Devil. So BT Targa now into some clear air, but it looked like Smoky Devil was not.
BT pits. He's going for the pits.
Yeah, he's making his mandatory pit stop. Doesn't want to get held up anymore. So Maze Gamer looks like he's been waved through there by DJ Phil. DJ Phil doing a little wink for the cameras. Always very respectful is DJ Phil, courteous of his fellow drivers, and once again we're seeing him following the rules of racing to a T. And he gets a little bit loose there coming through between turns 1 and 2, but good driving from DJ Phil tonight. Currently running in 11th place, some good points.
I think we just lost someone.
Yeah, who's that?
Smokey. I think he just span out and retired the car.
Oh no.
Just seeing a comment coming in on the YouTube section from Kelly Davis saying, commentators curse Dan.
Oh no, father's watching now. He was actually asking me. Well, I asked him if he fancied doing a bit of co-commentating because he used to commentate BMX races, so he might be interested. Yeah, so I used to do BMX racing, and he used to commentate on most of the races, so he knows, and he knows his racing as well. So he might be interested in doing some commentating if ever needed.
Both of you could be doing the commentary.
Yeah, no, we'll have arguments, so probably best not have that. We got a pretty bad rivalry, so he likes to think he's faster than me, but
yeah, after this race, probably be saying, Dan, you did this, you did that, you've got to work on this.
Oh, trust me, he's already probably making notes right now and saying, oh, you did this wrong, or you did that wrong. Yeah.
To be fair, Dan, you've been pretty seamless tonight. You've done a great job, especially in your first go here on Motive Racing Channel, as we see Maze Gamer coming into the pits to make his mandatory stop, slows it down to 37 miles an hour. Now, where's BT Targa going to be? This is going to be crucial, Dan, because
this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, having been into the pits to have already made his mandatory pit stop. The pit lane is notoriously slow here at Imola. It's a pretty long one, so you lose a lot more time than you would expect. It was I think it was about 40 seconds between them as Maze Gamer came into the pit entry.
I think Maze Gamer had traffic as well. BT has had no traffic, so he's been able to just get on and just lap as quickly as he can. But Maze Gamer he's finished his pit, so we'll see where he comes out. Yeah, you got this like dead section here where there's nothing there. It's just long-winded. Where's BT to? Is he around? He's exiting the final corner. But no, he's quite a while away. He's pulled quite a lot actually.
Yeah, comfortably ahead. So it looks like Maze Gamer 10 seconds behind the leader Swiftmeister. BT Targa 16 seconds, so 6 seconds separating the two contenders for this race win. We've got 12 laps left to go here at Imola. Swiftmeister, the race leader, still needs to come in to make his mandatory pit stop at some point, so that's the state of play at the moment. Ian, I believe, has already been in for his stop. Bertie, I'm not sure.
I believe Bertie still needs to pit. I think he's been struggling, so I believe he still needs to pit. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's. I'm amazed at how much Maze Gamer has pulled away. He's near enough. What's that? Like, he's pulled a decent amount of time away from a BT. Whatever happened to him, who knows? But 1 minute was the second. Now it's near enough. Oh wait, Maze has dropped it.
Yes,
he's dropped it.
No!
And now he's right there. He's right behind him.
Oh my goodness, what's happened? This has thrown the race absolutely wide open.
All that gap he made up in the pits.
Oh, BT's dropped it! And he just gets sideways there, coming through that little section, and it looks like we're going to flash the lights in the foreground there by one of the leaders, or one of the back markers, sorry. I think that must be boosting there ahead of these guys, but that is not what Maze Gamer would have wanted. The BT Tiger unable to capitalise on Maze Gamer's little issue there, and maybe just...
Oh, that has saved Maze Gamer.
Yeah, BT Tiger maybe panicked a bit.
Right behind him, and that's. I'm starting to think maybe Maze Gamer made contact with Boost there. Maybe something went on between those two. That
could have been it. Yeah, it might have been the trigger.
Because he was coming up to lap him, and obviously Boost seemed to be flashing his lights for some reason. So maybe those two made contact, but it's really brought these two closer together again.
Yeah, absolutely has, and we've seen Bertie coming into the pits to make his mandatory pit stop. But Maze Gamer's now got a 3-second buffer back to BT Targa. It was briefly under a second, but BT Targa just got a little bit of stage fright. Obviously, we found himself all of a sudden right on the back of Maze Gamer and ended up getting sideways and almost spinning the car. Had to slam on the brakes to avoid having a hefty whack with the wall. So he's dropped back now, and he's got to do it all over again, Dan. It's not going to be easy.
No, BT, we know, well, what I've seen from his other previous races, he looks like he's got the pace to keep with him. He's just got to stay smooth and consistent, and Maze Gamer has just got to keep his head clear to make sure that he can keep in front. But yeah, like the field seems to be quite spread out at the minute. It doesn't seem to be many battles going on, other than Ugbar and Nando seems to be quite close between those two. So I wonder who has or hasn't pitted. I think Ugbar might have pitted, but this seems to be the closest. This seems to be the closest fight on track.
Yeah. All pitted now, I think.
So yeah, I think everyone's done their pit stops, and this seems to be the closest fight on track. And whoa, that going wide? Nando went a little bit wide, so just eager to try and catch up to the back of Ugbar, who's made a good recovery there in 7th after a bad start.
Spiff
yeah, he really
hasn't pitted. I think that's the only person. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's pitted either. He's had a good amount of time ahead of Maze Gamer. Maze Gamer hasn't had any threats, so maybe Spiffmaster just trying to go as long as he can to create gaps behind him, see if he can make that gap. But Maze Gamer's
pulling away from BT Targa.
Yeah, he's done a 45.0 that lap, and BT has only done a 47.3. So it's like BT's struggling to keep with Maze Gamer. Maze Gamer just got to keep his head together, not make any mistakes, so that BT can capitalise.
Absolutely, yeah. One thing I want to talk about, seeing as there's not a whole lot going on in the race at the moment, Dan, obviously you drive in the LMP2 Championship here at Motive Racing. It's coming up immediately after this. In fact, the sprint race is set to go off at 8:15, which is in just over half an hour. Now, obviously, there's a few guys out on the track at the moment who are also going to be out on track with you in that LMP2 Championship. Guys like Ugbar, Nando, they've had torrid evenings so far this evening, so it doesn't bode too well for them. They're currently in the middle of quite a poor patch of form. So does this give you any confidence? And also, I want to get some idea of what sort of result you're expecting tonight at Monza for that LMP2 race.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see. Ugbar is usually a top guy with the LMP2s, isn't he? I believe he's an ex-champion in the LMP2s.
2 seasons ago, yeah.
Yeah, he is fast, and he definitely, for me, sets the benchmark. So if I can be as quick or quicker than Ugbar, then I know I'm doing well. But yeah, the likes of Fury should be in there. But yeah, it doesn't give me confidence as such, because GTs are very much different to LMP2s. They're very much different animal. So, and the Monza as well is a different circuit. We're here at Imola, where it's very tight, twisty and technical, and Monza is all about power, so it doesn't give me confidence. I'm just intrigued to see how it goes. But there's likes of Ben Parkey as well, who I haven't seen do any practice yet, and I don't know what lap times he's doing, but it should be interesting to see. And I just got to stop making mistakes.
I reckon you've got this.
Like Nando's getting close. Nando's close to Ugbar now, so he's making headway on him.
Yeah, it definitely looks pretty close here as we come down the pit straight. to complete lap 17. So we've got 9 laps left to go here in this feature race, and Nando's trying everything he can to try and catch up to Ugbar. You can see there the lap times coming in. Nando gained a second last time around, so he's very much got the ascendancy at this point. Late on the brakes coming into turn 1, just about getting stopped. Sweet apex, perfectly done there from Nando. You want to stay off this apex on the left there, coming through there, because it easily pings you off to the right. Sorry, Dan.
I've also noticed Swiftmaster has made his pit stops and he's come out in 4th place. So he's done his stop now. So now we've got Maze Gamer back in front.
Maze Gamer's got a
BT
penalty though.
So he does.
Let's have a look very quickly. 2 seconds he's got. So
that's got to give BT Targa some hope though. He needs to start bringing that gap down, and Maze Gamer will know he'll be chasing after him. So
you talk about hope, Dan, because BT Targa last time around gained a second on Maze Gamer. Are Maze Gamer's tyres starting to go off? He comes over the line. Let's see what this lap time is for him. He's improved to 1 minute 45, so he's having no problems by the looks of it.
Seems like a bit of a messy lap, that lap, but BT's lapping consistently. He's not making any mistakes, and he'll know that Maze Gamer has a penalty. So he just needs to let Maze Gamer push himself and see if he makes any mistakes, and then he'll be there to capitalise when he needs to be.
Yeah, 100%. He's definitely going to keep in the fight here. He's not going to give up his BT Targa. 5 seconds at the moment separates them, so it looks like Maze Gamer has had a bit of a moment there coming through the first sector. BT Targa will very much invite more of those to come from Maze Gamer. Maze Gamer is currently doing what he has to do out the front, managing the gap, and he looks pretty good here for this race win. I'd say he's got to be long odds on at the moment to take his... I don't know if he's won in the GT3s before here at Motive Racing as Maze Gamer. Would it be his first win in the GT3s? I'm not sure. I'll have to double check on that one.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you've won at Red Bull Ring last season.
I think, yeah, you might have a point there, G.
Oh no, maybe he... I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, he's gone a bit wide there. I don't know if that's going to be another...
Yeah.
He might get slowed down. His tyres are starting to go up a bit.
Or maybe he's just pushing that a little bit too hard, that he's trying to make up the time. But BT is just slowly bringing that gap down. He's now, 4 seconds back, so... But it's like he's just pushing a little bit too hard, and BT's just staying consistent.
Yeah, we'll see what the lap times are this time coming from Maze Gamer. 7th to go here at Imola for the feature race. He crosses over now. So he does a 1:47, so that was a poor lap there from Maze Gamer. We saw he lost a lot of time in the first sector. BT Targa comes over and it's a 1:46.3. So what we're seeing right now, folks, is we're seeing Maze Gamer doing the fastest laps, but BT Targa's consistently in the 1 minute 46s, and every other lap Maze Gamer has a poor one, doesn't really get it together so well. So we saw that last time with a 1 minute 47, but then it's swinging one way and then the other. So at this point, it looks very much like Maze Gamer's got the advantage here.
I'm not sure if the penalties for Maze Gamer have changed. Do you want to have a quick look?
Let's just have a quick look. No, it's still 2 seconds at the moment. Yeah. So Ian currently running in third.
Race, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's doing a great job though, Dan, to be fair to him.
And especially in that GTR, he's doing well, especially around this circuit. I bet that's a handful to drive around here, but again, Ian's showing how good a driver he is and how consistent he is, just sitting there in third. Yep, little flasher lights, doing a bit of a fury, doing a bit of a flashy. But yeah, romping on here is just, again, he's doing well at the start of this race, but he's just had another quiet one. Just sat there in 4th place. Got Swiftmaster chasing him down though in the other Mercedes. Mr. Roggy. Again, he's in that Audi. He's all on his own. It just seems everyone seems quite spread out at the minute. Other than Rompidom and Swiftmaster are quite close, and you got Nando and Sim Race Train also quite close to each other. But it's all spread out. At the minute. Two
guys who have had an absolute horror show. Boosting, I was just about to talk about him. He goes straight on coming over the second chicane. Oh, Boosting, it really hasn't fallen for him.
Yeah, I think it was to let the leaders through.
Yeah, no, granted he was staying out of the way, but even so, it's just really not been the race that Boosting would have wanted here for this third round of the season. His first race, or his first round, He hasn't really, he's been out of practice lately, has boosted him. And once again, it hasn't really worked out for him.
No, it hasn't, and it's interesting how race 1 and race 2 is, even though it's only a couple of minutes between them, and how much things can change, especially when you've got qualifying as well. The benefits of Maze Gamer really pushing the limits now.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see BT is now starting to match his fastest laps, so it's really tight at the front. BT just starting to put the pressure on Maze Gamer, and I think Maze Gamer is starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah, we've seen BT Target's been very consistent. As BT Target's fuel loads start to drop, maybe he might bring himself back into this. If Maze Gamer's tyres do start to drop just that little bit, then we may see a fascinating climax to this race. 4 seconds now, the gap between the front two. Maze Gamer by no means home and hosed in this race. He's also got the 2-second penalty. We will update in a couple of laps' time just to check to see if the penalty situation, that was a hiccup, it's the same as it was before. So at the moment, he's currently doing a good job here as he gets a little bit onto the curb there out in the last corner, but keeping it clean and tidy for the moment.
Yeah, I think also BT is thinking championship-wise. If he gets too close to Maze Gamer and starts having a fight, he knows his main championship rival isn't in the race, so he's probably thinking of good points right now for him. And yeah, BT does another 45.5, and Maze Gamer, whoa, DJ Phil going for a ride there. And he's getting out of the way of the Audi, which he does beautifully.
Great driving from DJ Phil tonight.
Poor DJ Phil.
He's done a great job as always, DJ Phil. Currently running in 12th place. He'll get some great points on this one. He'll pick up 8 points for his championship, 6 points for his championship campaign with a 12th place finish. So solid driving from DJ Phil tonight.
Targo
go back to
nearly a second quicker that lap.
But so far on this lap though, Maze Gamer's responded. The gap was 4 seconds. It's now nearly at 5. So Maze Gamer's got it together in the first sector. He'll be wanting to make sure he stays consistent here. 3.5 laps. 4.5 laps left to go here in this feature race. Lap 22 of 26. Maze Gamer's led this one from start to the current point. He took pole position in the qualifying session. He's led every single lap so far. He might have the fastest lap as well. He, as I said earlier, could be on for a Grand Slam in this race if he carries on in this position that he's currently in. BT Targa looks like he's dropped a lot off of Maze Gamer, so maybe BT Targa pushing a little bit too much. We saw his lap times coming down to the point where he was doing 1:45 last time around, but maybe that was just a step too far for him, and it was unsustainable to consistently be pumping out those sorts of lap times. We see Maze Gamer coming up towards the line now. To start lap 23, 1:44 that last time around from Maze Gamer.
Wow.
Oh, he's saved it till the end here. Maze Gamer's fuel loads now wearing thin, and that car is becoming much more susceptible to his every demand on that wheel. And now he is showing what he can do here at the end of this race. Getting close to what we saw in the qualifying session, at 1:43.4 we saw was the time that got him onto pole position. Maze Gamer looking very good for this win, and I think he's got this all under control here, boys.
Well, as long as he keeps his head cool and doesn't keep making any more penalties, then he should be all right. But we know that BT is very consistent, and he likes to keep the pressure on by doing similar lap times than he's doing. So he's not losing time to him. He's just keeping it smooth. But Hayes that lap was incredible. It was very quick lap. So.
Yeah, he just responded.
BT's making up time. He's made a half a second, so as I say that, he goes a little bit sliding on the exit, but this seems to be the closest, or is it the closest battle? We seem to have Spiffmeister trying to catch Rompin on there, I think. Yeah, that looks like the closest battle on track.
Ugbar and Nando as well.
Got Nando not too far behind Ugbar as well. Gave 3/10 on him last time around, but Spiffmeister gained 2 seconds on Rompu on the previous lap, so he's really getting it together here in the tail end of this race.
Oh, he's got a great run at that corner. He's got a great run. He's going to be down towards the chin. Maybe he had a slow down.
He's going to go for the move on the brakes. He's a bit too far back to go for the move on Rompu. Just at this point, Rompu went a little bit defensive on the run up the hill. You could see him cutting to the left-hand side. He's still just about ahead of him, but Swiftmeister flashing his lights there, trying to get into the head of Rompu if he can. Trying to put him off maybe. Rompu having none of it. He goes a little bit wide though, does Rompu, coming in towards the hairpin. And Swiftmeister nowhere to go. Can't find a way around him at the moment.
Yeah, I think Rompu just went in a bit deep, and as he went a bit deep, he caught the curb, and then just had a bit of oversteer. But now Swiftmaster got a great run here, and we know that Mercedes is quick in a straight line. So can he make an attack for turn 2? He's looking to the outside. Is he sending him the dummy? No. Is enough space? Could be late break, but Rompu seemed to have it covered. But if he gets another good run out of him, he's just hit the loud pedal too hard.
Yeah,
Swiftmaster, but it's alright, as long as he clears his head and comes back, he can chase him back down again. He knows he's got the power in that Mercedes to chase that Ferrari down, so he needs to keep it smooth. But
you say that, he's already right up on him again.
Yeah.
So it goes to show what pace Swiftmeister's got, but he can't quite find a way through. Rompu, you saw there, getting a little bit sideways as he got out of the corner, but very much keeping it solidly at the moment. Maze Gamer's just coming through the final turn now. He's got 5 seconds back to BT Targa in P2. Last time around, Maze Gamer not quite on the pace that he was on the lap before that. We saw 144 from Maze Gamer on lap 22. Lap 23 was a 145.5. Let's see if he's keeping it consistent here. BT Targa will be there to capitalise on any mistakes from Maze Gamer, so he needs to keep his head together. BT Targa coming up towards the line now. It's a 146.1 from Maze Gamer that time around, and it's a 45.8. So BT Targa only gaining 0.3 of a second. The gap 5.6. 2 laps left to go here at Imola in the feature race. It's looking very much like Maze Gamer is going to bring this one home and take his first win in the GT3s here at Motive Racing.
Yeah, he's only got a couple more laps. Just got to keep it smooth, keep it clean, and then let's hope he hasn't got too many penalties on top now to lose it to BT Targa. But again, he's doing a great race. He's just doing what he needs to do at the minute. He knows he needs to score points to win this championship. And if it means taking second, it means taking second. But he's keeping Maze Gamer honest. He's not letting him run away with this. But Rompu right behind. Rompu's gone behind Swiftmaster. So what's happened there? Swiftmaster's got past. So maybe he got him into turn 1. Like I said, that power of the Mercedes is quick in a straight line. So maybe he's got past him into turn 2 or turn 1. But yeah, Rompu just losing out to Swiftmaster there. Maybe Swiftmaster could just start pulling away. Yeah, it's I've just noticed as well. Is it Simplay has lost the place, I think, to Ugbar?
Oh yeah.
Ugbar's moved up to 7. Yeah, so what's going on to here? Nando chasing down Simplay.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty close to him at the moment, but I think the race leader, Maze Gamer, is just coming out onto the final lap now, so he's just got one more to go. BT Targa looks like he's not gaining any more time on this man. 45.2 last time around from Maze Gamer. He's more or less home and hosed. And let's go back to this battle you were talking about here, Dan, because we've got currently Simple Race Train with Nando closing up onto the back of him. I would say, well, actually, what's happened to Nando? I think might have a slowdown penalty there.
I think it might have been Nando who might have been mistaken. Simplay has got past Nando. I'm not sure, because I know Nando was fighting hard with Ugbar, and then Ugbar is still in 7th, so maybe Nando has made a mistake. I'm not sure, but
yeah, it must have been something going on there with Nando, but he's dropped back down to 9th place. We go back to the battle for 4th and 5th. Swiftmeister, having made that move on Rompu, seems to be pulling away a little bit. So last time around, Swiftmeister was a second quicker than Rompu, so you see how he did it. It looks like he's going to be bringing it home in 4th place unless he has any major catastrophes here on this final lap. Gap at the front, 4.7. Here's the race leader, Maze Gamer, just coming up towards the chicane for the final time. And what a fantastic drive it's been for Maze Gamer.
Yeah, he's really kept it clean and calm. He's made a few mistakes here and there, but he's driven unbelievably well tonight. It's a shame about race 1 that he got disconnected, but he's really made it up for it here in race 2, and he's about to take the pole and the win here in race 2 in Imola. So yeah. PT Trago as well, giving him a run for his money, but no one can stop Maze Gamer tonight. He's been on it tonight. So
Brilliant drive from this
congrats
man.
to him.
Brilliant drive, and he's going to take the Grand Slam here. The pole position, fastest lap maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but he's led every lap, and he's going to take the win as well. Mace Gamer comes over the line to take race 6, round 3 here at Imola. BT Target coming over in second place and extending his championship lead over Stefano. Can't get another win, unfortunately, for him.
Good points for BT is what he needed. And again, Ian next in the final corner. Quiet race from him, but a very strong race in that GTR. And it's good to see Ian up on the podium. He's such a good driver, such a good guy as well. And it's nice to see him get a score podium. Yes, flashy.
Yeah, Ian getting his revenge there, I think, on Fury.
And then we got Swiftmaster coming in 4. Again, he had a good second. He had a good stint to move up a few places, but yeah, nice solid 4th. And Rompu trying to hold him back, but he couldn't hold on for much longer.
He couldn't. We see Mr. Ogie here. He's going to just about cling on by the skin of his
right
teeth.
behind him.
I think he's going to hold on though, unless the penalties changes that situation. With both of these guys do have. Well, no, Mr. Ogie doesn't have a penalty, so he's going to hold on for 6.
Yeah.
Flying Dutchman coming over in 7th place tonight.
Good performance from him.
Yeah, good comeback considering that he had a absolutely torrid start to the race. Sim Race Train on his debut here at Motive comes over in 8th place for the feature race. Nando flashed the lights from him in 9th. Bertie's going to complete the top 10. Not the race he would have wanted. DJ Phil and Boostin both a lap down, finishing in as a hiccup 11th and 12th places here.
Not what they wanted, but it was a good race, good clean racing from everyone, and yeah, it's just bad luck for some of the drivers. But Maze Gamer takes the win, and I believe he takes fastest lap as well. So
yeah,
ultimate Grand Slam.
Yeah, Grand Slam there for Maze Gamer. BT Target there extending his championship lead over Stefano. Ian best of the rest, but it was a totally dominant performance from those top 2 tonight, Maze Gamer and BT Target. And Stefano will definitely rue a opportunity missed here in this feature race, having carved down that championship lead down to 11 points before this one. BT Target now goes into round 4 next week with, I believe, a 42 point even lead in the championship. It is going to take a hell of a turnaround for Stefano to get the win in the GT3 championship, which he so craves. But ladies and gentlemen, that was the GT3s for this week here at MLR. If you like what you see, then be sure to join us at motiveracing.com. Slap a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified when we're live in future. We'll be back in a few minutes for the LMP2s coming up very shortly. But from us, it's thank you very much. Big thank you also to Dan for joining me in the commentary box.
Thank you for having me, Andy. It's been good fun, and hopefully I can join you for another commentary at some point. Yeah,
definitely next week for the GT3s. Hopefully, if you're around, should definitely do this again.
Yeah,
also big thank you.
I could probably do the GT3s and maybe do the tier 1 Clios if you want as well, because obviously I'm in tier 2, so maybe we can
100%.
do that as well. But I've got to focus now on LMP2. So
yeah, best of luck to you. Obviously, guys, look out in the LMP2s because Dan, otherwise known as Unorthodox, out on the track, will be racing in that one. Also, a big thank you to G for running the stream in the background as well and doing a bit of commentary.
Yeah,
thank you, G.
No worries.
All right, guys, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.